perfect counter composition. So if you're Cloud9 moving into the series, you're anticipating AWC to likely play a Demon Hunter Death Knight or a Rogue Mage. AWC anticipated that prediction and locked in the counter to the counter, but we see Asgrath getting swapped to out of nowhere. Cloud9 take game one easy as 1-2-3. He's very far on the outskirts, looking to try and drink and regenerate mana. Wealthy Man all over him with these frost bolts. Channelman with the Fell Hunter positioned as well. Cubsy's jumping into the fight. Another swap onto Asgrath with the Frozen Orb. Double Shadow Fury. Perfect cross crowd control by Cloud9. Huge damage. Perfect follow-up. One Chaos Bolt could close it. It's just going to be it. He's barely holding on. He's going to get closed out. Cloud9 are playing out of their minds.
They certainly are.
Gets higher and higher, the Assassination Rogue becomes more and more effective at taking down the Destruction Warlock. The Destruction Warlock, of course, has a lot of self-healing and can sort of heal through some of that consistent pressure early on, but later struggling to top off Alec and Nixie, now both being vulnerabilities in this matchup. Nixie trying to kite away, trying to get out of line of sight, but the Frozen Orb doing huge damage for Wealthy Man. Alec gets interrupted.
Look at this pressure.
Looking for a Chaos Bolt. All three members of AWC just falling apart.
They are all running for the hills, but you can't hide from Cloud on top of a hill, and Cloud9 are on fire today with this Mage Warlock Restoration Druid, both with early game setups, both with consistent pressure, mana management. They are the entire package here today in this first series between North America and Europe, and it's going to North America. Cloud9 take the first series of the day.
And you heard it from Supatis, you cannot hide from a Cloud on a hill. It's gonna be a 3-0.
Now he could be exposed from crowd control as Z-Pie is getting just destroyed at this moment in time. Method Orange, they're clattering it together. Sidu gets the Cyclone, potentially the game-winning Cyclone on Looney. Maro gets denied on his peels. Perfect teamer, but now Samurai gets blasted. Z-Pie gets the reverse kill. This is absolutely unbelievable as Samurai holds on in desperation, managing to cling to life, but Z-Pie is stabilized at higher health, and Sidu's got nothing left.
Yeah, Samurai still low, just one hit away from falling. How is Sidu keeping him alive? Maro pushes in. Final nail in the coffin, and Wildcard Gaming claims #1 sit. I blinked and it was 52% dampening.
Yeah, and you know, you really can't even appreciate what Blizzo did in the matchup until you're here at the LAN. I've never seen someone yell so loud. Blizzo was yelling kill for about 45 seconds there.
Defense for Method Orange. Sidu with a full tank of mana. If he can recover here, this is going to be great for Method Orange, but Wildcard Gaming really trying to punch that drink.
Look at this damage from Wildcard Gaming. Two members have been at sub 50% health for a minute straight at this point. Sidu managed to regenerate mana, but he's having such a hard time getting his team back to full health for a push. It's taking so long, they decide to go for it. It's do or die. Looney gets crowd controlled. Who's the target? Maro sees it coming. He's in bear form right before the attack, but they don't even seem to care. They're trying to cut through that. They are managing to do so at 33% dampening, but Samurai spent too long in midfield. Z-Pie's tearing into him. They left Z-Pie open for 5 seconds, and he is going to close this out. 2-0 for Wildcard Gaming.
And let's talk about how that game looked compared to the first one. Wildcard Gaming seems to be picking up some serious momentum here. Adrian.
On the map choice and the composition, can Trill nail enough mana rifts to burn Looney's mana out and find the victory with pressure is the question. Can Mez perform on the stage here the first time we're going to see him?
Yeah, we'll definitely wait to see. Full Asphyxiate stun onto Looney. Are they able to get a mana rift? Unfortunately not able to find it. Trill playing the death, or from the rain from above, sorry, to get that extra damage out of the Demon Hunter, but he's a lightning lasso. Could fall very early on. He trinkets. Still a lot of trouble. Darkness gets dropped out, as well as Metamorphosis, as well as Anti-Magic Zone. Sidu caught into a full Cyclone. Trill all alone. Wildcard Gaming looking to close out
Excuse me?
instantaneously. And they will claim this series, sending Method Orange down to the lower bracket.
That's not really the way you want to go down to the lower bracket either. If you have to do it, that's not how you want to do it. Not at all, and this is just...
This entire game, even when Chaz manages to sneak away, but it's do or die. Windwalker Death Knight just does so much single target damage, and at 26% dampening, I don't know how Chaz is going to be able to hold on.
Yeah, and Swaps actually gets interrupted there. He can't use the wall. It looks like he might be able to hold on to it. Every single time Chaz regens his mana, look how quickly he burns through it once again. Another Way of the Crane coming in from Kolo. Excellent peels from Raikou, as always. Raikou, of course, fantastic on that mage. You wouldn't want anyone else in that position right now. Zach with the reconnect over onto Swaps. Swapsy. And I mean, Swapsy keeps using his portal and then just gets gripped back on it. I really don't know how to use the gate, but at the same time, huge burst onto Velido. That was the Infernals, I do believe, from Swapsy. They didn't retreat on it, and Method Black able to pull through.
Oh my god, yeah.
Cyclone onto Colo. This could be big trouble. We see the back skin coming out from Pack Rats. He still has that renewal, which should heal him for a fair bit. I'd like to see him just trade it out, to be honest. They're falling behind here. They're not able to get the mana burns because Zach is having to concentrate on peeling. Chaz could maybe sneak away here, but they're going for the kill. They know this is the potential opportunity for them. They won't get many of these. The renewal comes out. Huge heal onto Pack Rats, but crowd control still on Colo. Unbelievable from Method Black, the EU #1, able to turn this game from absolutely nothing, I thought, and go 2-0 up in the series.
That waterfall will deny, and Raikou lands a beautiful counterspell. Double egg sweep though, good backup from Zach, allowing them to get some momentum onto Raikou. And keep in mind, Raikou, he has no ice block, so he is incredibly vulnerable. Colo though, this may be the end for him, and Never Lucky as he's getting lower and lower. No life cocoon, he has to hold on just a little bit longer. Can Waz reconnect? A beautiful Ring of Peace does deny the mobility from Waz, but Waz finally reconnecting. Colo may have ran out of time. Yeah, Colo's definitely looking really dead. The Mighty Bash comes in, there's the Frozen Orb, and that will be 3-0 in favor of the veterans of the European #1 seed, Method Black. Get a drink there. I can't believe that. They're choosing to swap target over onto Smexin. As dampening starts to stack up, I actually don't mind that, but I just feel like Chun-Li is the more exposed target. He has less armor. He's easier for Acro to lay into the fear onto Minpoike, who also got a good drink in that exchange. He's trinketing out of that one. Vilay drops a little bit low, uses the Greater Fade, still has that dispersion available to him. The double stun, there should be a swap over onto Acro. They're actually tunneling down Vilay through it. They get the dispersion. There's no cooldowns available for the Touch of Death now. I think that's still going to tick. Gurecki has full mana. We see the smoke bomb coming out. Trinket from Smexin. Doesn't even trade out the heals. He should be fine. Vilay in so much trouble.
The boys are doing it. They're coming back in this fight. Desperation times here for Change My Mind. Even though Minpoike has mana, mana is more valuable. The Way of the Crane is more than enough. The boys battle it back for game one.
What a game. Yeah, I mean, you really got to look at what happened there.
Out with both Acro and Vilay vulnerable. No Iron Bark for another 45 seconds. Really only the remaining amount of mana Minpoike managed to scrounge back together, but it looks like he's trying to drink again, but you cannot drink, I don't believe, in this position. Vilay's in so much trouble, trying to hold out, trying to stall. Ring of Peace denies the drink, but he did manage to get some mana, some semblance of opportunity, despite being down their fourth member, quite possibly their most important member, their mage. Change My Mind, can they manage to hold it together a bit longer? No. They are going to get overwhelmed in game number 2, and the boys advance to match point. Although the mana that Minpoike has managed to regenerate throughout this fight is almost completely burned out once again. The Life Cocoon fades. There's not much defense left really here. Can the boys hold on? Vendetta being denied by this purple anti-magic zone shield. All the damage being absorbed, but now that shield's defense is faded. Smexin's still low on health. Acro is tearing in. 2 targets low, no mana left. How much longer can Gurecki go? Change My Mind are suddenly pulling this fight back. Great play on their part despite being a man down. Smexin holds out. Is he gonna go down? Yes, the Glaire's Maledict connects the kill. Change My Mind, stay alive in the upper bracket. Shortly, how much longer can Chun-Li stay alive? This crowd control chain is just looking solid. Another sap by Acro. Minpoike may be looking for a Cyclone, gets stunned, he can't do it. He gets cheap shot. Acro hard carrying the crowd control. Minpoike in position, another stun, but it was 1 second too late. Life Cocoon, Death Grip stops the Cyclone. They need another stop, they get interrupted. Ring of Peace bounces Minpoike away. If that bash was even 1 second faster, that may have been Chun-Li's life, and we could have been going to a game 5. How much longer can Minpoike keep this going? His mana just burning down so quickly. Now crowd controlled. Acro in trouble. Iron Bark activated preemptively by Minpoike. Acro holds on by a thread, but Smexin is just tearing him to pieces. The boys advance 3-1. Oh, man. Game number 1, and dampening will be a number appearing in the center top part of the screen right below that sword, and as it gets to the number 40%, that is the main win condition for ABC, whereas the side on Method Orange, their main win condition is that blue bar below Asgarath's giant orange bar. If that goes completely empty, then Method Orange can overwhelm them with pressure, and so far it's still at a healthy margin, and we're getting closer to dampening. Trill left all alone. Jamie, Lightning Lasso, huge combo. ABC are going to take it without even needing dampening. happening.
This is unbelievable. I mean, every single time I see or fight a Demon Hunter, they just seem so difficult to kill. But today, we've seen teams targeting Trill.
It needs to be enough. Can they somehow pull it off? Seadu's in a Hex. Mez is exposed. 5% to that 40% dampening mark. Huge hits are coming in. Lightning Lasso comboed. They managed to break it up. The Darkness protecting Mez, but he gets thunderstormed out of its safety. Alec and Mez both in so much trouble.
Yeah, Mez in a lot of trouble. Alec does manage to kite away. Mez finally running back to the pillar, getting some death strikes onto Jamie as Trill's in hot pursuit, keeping Asgarath completely topped out of mana. It's unlikely either of these teams go to full HP once again.
Polymorph.
Full polymorph secured by Alec. Beautiful place gets reversed by Trill, but Mez still just taking so much damage. Earthen Wall Totem, unfortunately, gets rooted outside. Method Orange fall in game number 2. ABC has a massive lead. And here today, Seadu still caught into a stun. No Barkskin, no nothing. Darkness gets dropped out. The last line of defense for Method Orange. Seadu has to hold on. He has to try to recover, but Alec and Jamie, they're just all over him. Seadu leaps away. Can he survive? Barkskin gets traded out, as well as the safety of that waterfall in the nick of time for Method Orange in order to survive. 20% dampening. Method Orange stabilizes. Now they need to start getting some pressure.
All right. Mana totally tapped. Still 20% left in that dampening tank, but Seadu is just constantly getting blasted by ABC. He did get into bear form right before that stun, soaking up some huge hits. He may just be dead if he didn't pull that off. He's still low on health. Jamie is just tearing him to pieces. Huge damage, and Seadu is going to get chomped by Asgarath. ABC 3-0, the reigning BlizzCon champions.
Absolutely unbelievable play coming out of ABC. These elemental shamans are on fire, Zico.
Seen them compete. There's a tweet that went out a little bit earlier, and we do want you guys at home to check it out. As you can see right here, it says, this is from Seadu. He says, "We were a embarrassment as a team this tournament. Let down our fans, let down our org. We didn't deserve to be at this tournament, and it showed. I said if we went 0-6 at this LAN, I wouldn't play next season, and I think I'm going to hold true to that statement." That is I mean, you can actually see Matt there with the trophy. The man won BlizzCon last year, and I will never...
A lot of the damage Valet has available. When he does go into those extended crowd control chains, you can see those little orbs on the ground. Zach can just run into one of those. So although Valet and Acro, they have long crowd control, if every time they get crowd control, they just walk into one of the spheres, all of a sudden all of Valet's pressure is completely gone. And I think this is one of those adaptations, one of those talents Never Lucky would certainly bring to the battle, and it seems really good in this particular matchup.
That's a very Colo talent, and that's a really good pick from you, because I mean, that's actually probably the main reason why Change My Mind are struggling so much to generate pressure here. I was saying that part of it is the fact Never Lucky have seemingly so much more pressure, but if every single time Change My Mind go for an offensive push, Zach can sidestep and remove all of the dot damage from Villi, that is huge. And maybe, you know, that's one of those things where Colo has just found something, Villi has died, and Never Lucky, you know, I love watching Colo, right? He's not afraid to change things, yeah. Looking dire.
That was a nice Divine Favor heal right on the leg suite, full blind on Valido. Zach could still be in some trouble. He has a touch of karma. If he can just hold on a little bit longer, they can make the final push on him and Poike. There's a full kitty shot. And I think at this point in the game, Valido and Zach, they can coordinate their efforts on him and Poike. He's got no Avenging Wrath. Blessing of Protection gets traded out on the karma. Mind Bomb on Colo. Things are horrible right now for Change My Mind. If they pull this off, it's going to be a miracle. Zach trying to survive with the Diffused Magic, with the Fortifying Brew. Fists of Fury to avoid some damage. Colo running in, dispelling him, trying to keep him alive, but there's no Life Cocoon. The Maledict lands. Change My Mind. Can they do the impossible?
No way.
Zach still just barely holding on. And Poike chasing him down, trying to take him down. Beautiful paralysis. Zach hiding around, but Change My Mind have done it, putting a point on the board that looked completely hopeless for them, but they stayed calm, cool, and collected. And they will tie this. It's going to be super safe. I can't help but feel like maybe Change My Mind is wasting too much time on Valido. They got him low early on in the game, and it might have been sort of a bait from Never Lucky. Now Never Lucky, they're looking really healthy. Death Knights are hard to take down. Double leg sweep coming in. Void Shift gets traded out by Valet. Change My Mind is running out of cooldowns.
Yeah, I think this is the bait. This is what I said. They're falling under so much pressure because they're not targeting Zach. They need to target Zach, force him to use that Transcendence Port away so that they can stay stable and use stuff offensively. That said, Valido is taking a lot of damage right now. We see the Trinket on the blind from Colo, the anti-magic zone exchanged for the Vendetta, but a nice mind control is unable to be interrupted here. There comes the Repentance. This could potentially be game.
Yeah, Polito getting low. Belay trying to take him down. Sap now on to Colo. Garrote silence on Polito. And changed my mind. Go up in this series. Unbelievable.
Actually, turning him in Poike is the most mana efficient thing for him because he can't heal as much. So he's got a mana lead as a result of it. Oh, a beautiful knock into the eye. He can't do any healing. Excellent ring of pieces coming in there from Never Lucky, denying the heals from Impoike, but he's doing a stellar job keeping himself alive. I think I've seen him interrupted like once or twice in this entire game. He's doing a good job, but the full stun comes through. It's surely going to be enough. The DR stun, Impoike is so low on health, and he does end up falling 2-2. We're going to game 5, baby.
Who the heck was yelling that?
I don't know.
It sounded like Curler.
Man, Colo.
Where they run down Impoike. Impoike with the Divine Steed just being ran into that Ring of Peace. Unfortunately, Valet is able to back him up with that leap of faith, and Impoike gets behind the pillar. Now Zach caught in midfield, a little bit vulnerable right now, really not able to get too much damage off with that Storm Within Fire. Is what I'm talking about. On this larger map, I think it's going to be much more difficult for Never Lucky to actually force out a lot of these defensive cooldowns. You can see Impoike has made some adaptations, and his trinket choice is going to be playing Relentless instead of the Gladiator's Medallion, so that way every one of these stuns is going to be reduced. Zach though in a lot of trouble. Touch of Karma does get Busking Protection off, and it looks like Change My Mind just want to close it out early on. Colo gets stabbed. He's got no trinket.
Oh my
God. Change My Mind has done it. A beautiful all-in, beautiful crowd control, and they send Never Lucky packing.
Size throughout the year, and I'm the host. I barely say anything. I usually just say hello and goodbye, and I've still been critical of this team. But
yeah.
Barely say anything, huh?
Okay, I say a lot of things. Sometimes they're wrong. This one was wrong. This one was definitely wrong. And we see this game, it's so fast.
Mana bar from Looney is like a little bit deceptive, I think, because he hasn't had the opportunity to drink, whereas Cubsy has. And I also just think Cloud9 is the team that needs to be aggressive in this matchup to some extent. Looney will have the double innovate in deep dampening. Mara and Looney, of course, both able to provide that to him. And I think he's just done a good job of like being efficient. He won't drink during the game because the Warlock will always stop him. Chanimal's always going to be on top of that. And I mean, now, once again, it's the Infernals coming out of Chanimal's, this big cooldown, and he just one-shots Mara. I didn't expect that for a second there. He still had defensive cooldown, 2 trinkets, Ironbark, Renewal. The one-shot from Chanimal's, you cannot disrespect those Infernals. Looney's mana will always be fantastic in this matchup as long as his team doesn't take too much damage. So I think until dampening starts, this is kind of like how we saw Never Lucky playing on Colo's side. You know, these double monk teams, they love the pillar. They love to just sit back, avoid damage until that win condition later in the game.
Touch of Death available for Blizzo. He may just get an Ice Block without it. Huge damage. Oh.
He's locked on Frost. What? He's actually locked on Frost. He snaps, but he does not get the Ice Block off. And actually, we're like settling down, waiting for some deep
I'm just
dampening.
getting ready for dampening. Z-Pie, you can't tell me that, man. Like,
Cloud9 is the team that needs to be aggressive in this matchup to some extent. Looney will have the double innovate in deep dampening. Mara and Looney, of course, both able to provide that to him. And I think he's just done a good job of like being efficient. He won't drink during the game because the Warlock will always stop him. Chanimal's always going to be on top of that. And I mean, now, once again, it's the Infernals coming out of Chanimal's, this big cooldown, and he just one-shots Mara. I didn't expect that for a second there. He still had defensive cooldown, 2 trinkets, Ironbark, Renewal. The one-shot from Chanimal's, you cannot disrespect those Infernals.
Wow, that's definitely not how I expected that one to end. Luckily, we got Zico to break the entire thing down.
Kid, no wall on Chanimal. The Ironbark, I don't think it'll be enough at 45% dampening. Blizzo dropping low, but he has both of his defensive cooldowns. They're going for the all-in. They pull the trigger. Here comes the touch of death. Chanimal's without the big healing from the Soul Leech this deep into dampening. A good early Ironbark from Cubsy. Is this actually going to be enough? The crowd control from Wealthy Man, he's playing it perfectly. Triple Sheep, Fears coming out. So much crowd control from this Mage Lock Druid. The touch of Karma from Blizzo, but Chanimal's has somehow, some way survived. Is he still going to stay up? I'm not sure. There's the lasso. The trinket comes out. It's anyone's guess, Sid.
I mean, at this point, 50% dampening, no mana, no cooldowns. It's likely to be Wildcard Gaming's game. Cubsy just not able to connect the heals, and Chanimal will fall in game number 4. We're going all the way.
Yeah, this is a series that deserves a game 5 as well.
Chanimal on the other. There's nowhere to run. There is no safety at 57% dampening. Looney trying to scrounge back in line of sight. Chanimal still being pressured to stall up to Z-Pi. He has to solo Chanimal while Maro stabilizes. Will he be able to do it? I'm not sold just yet. No intervey for another minute on Maro. If he can get to that point for Way of the Crane, maybe they can push them over. Chanimal still getting bursted by the Lightning Lasso. Z-Pi trying to carry the team. Thyre's Maledict. Chanimal on the run. Maro is still low. Adrian's shoe is looking tasty. Maro gets bursted down potentially here. Is he gonna fall? Marksy Maro falls. Chanimal's still in trouble. Z-Pi Earthshock. No defense. Looney's punching him. Is he gonna take him out here? I can tell that Adrian's clenching his teeth. Chanimal gates back away. Avoids death.
Wow.
Adrian avoids an awkward situation. Cloud9, they've done it. They do it here. The Black have managed to hold on. Battling it out to the bitter end. Gurecki, how much mana are you going to get? Where is it? Waz portal's over. I'm waiting to see Gurecki. If he got a lead here, nope, still tie, but Innervate available at least. He can bounce his team back, spend a lot of expensive heals. Chaz is in trouble. The boys have been going after him, trying to pressure down there, realizing that the Ghost Wolf build that Swapsy is running with the Pack Spirit might be too slippery to take down, so going after Waz and Chaz instead. Chaz is in stealth, once again sneaking to trying to drink, but the longer he spends in stealth, the lower his team's health. How will they be able to take victory and find all that wealth?
Yeah, we'll definitely have to see. There's a paralysis onto Chaz. Touch of Death gets used by Chun-Li. Huge damage on Waz as the boys looking to put the first point on the board, taking down Waz and Method Black. And an unexpected victory with this composition, the Windwalker Fury Warrior. I really didn't expect them to win that.
You can
move all the heal over time effects Gurecki really has available. So they get crowd control on Gurecki. He uses the spell steal with Kleptomania. All of a sudden, Chun-Li and Smexen become great targets for them to start really putting pressure on.
Double Shadow Fury for Swapsy, trying to take some pages out of Chanimal's book there. Not able to find any burst though. Raikou has not had any opportunities to breathe. Chun-Li right on top of him, Smexen charging over. Chaz is stunned up. No crowd control to follow it up, but may not even be necessary. Iron Bark, is that going to be enough? Looks like it's going to be enough. Raikou bounces back to full health. Chun-Li on the run again, and I'm wondering if Chun-Li can go this entire tournament. I'm not going to say it anymore because he might just die right now. He's bursted, and Chun-Li is now no longer the monk that can never die. Method Black take game 2.
What were you going to say before you died?
I was about to say, is Chun-Li going to go the entire tournament without dying? And then Waz in hot pursuit, rolls over, walks into a double stun with Chaz. Fist of Fury flying in. Waz ducks for cover, avoids it. Gurecki gets sheared. Chun-Li on the run, jumping to safety. Is it really that safe though? Touch of Death explodes, barely connects to Swiftman. Cycloned on his trinket. Big trouble for Chun-Li, but somehow, some way, stays in it.
Yeah, he throws his Maledict over onto Swapsy. There's still good pressure here from Smexen onto Swapsy. Swapsy could easily fall. Chaz has no mana left either. 25% dampening. Chun-Li has to be a little bit careful. Now Waz getting swapped in. Both walkers could potentially fall. Chun-Li has to survive. Gurecki does manage to keep him alive. Beautiful kiting there by the boys, by Chun-Li, and it's ultimately Waz that falls. The boys go up 2-1 in this series.
Oh man, what a win that was, and you really see another level of the story when they cut to the cameras. See
But Swapsy does manage to stabilize. This is a very tense game.
Oh no, Chaz, how much mana did he get? He's been spending some time, not that much. Chun-Li in trouble, Mortal Coil, Swapsy tries to close. Chun-Li Transcendence, ducks around the corner, but Raikou gets a polymorph. Is it gonna be enough? Gurecki now gets bashed, he could get swapped to. Cyclone instead. Chun-Li tries to stay alive. Smexen's tanking out all the damage in midfield for the team, but how much can he tank? He Spell Reflects one cast while Charge pummels the next. Good denial by Smexen, but he gets stunned up. Chun-Li goes for the kill. It's do or die for the boys. If they don't find a kill soon, they're out of cooldowns.
Yeah, and Swapsy doesn't have much healing left. Tries to land a Chaos Bolt on Smexen. Smexen's in a lot of trouble. Down on 10% health. Raikou finally takes him down with a beautiful flurry combo. And Method Black tie this series up.
Look at Waz just sitting there right now. Watching that one. That's not the seat you want to have to.
It because it looked fantastic. Now is Chaz's test in game number 5, boys versus Method Black.
Yeah, what is going to happen? It looks like Gurecki does get Asphyxiate stun. I know this is a matchup that both the boys and Never Lucky have practiced quite a bit, so boys know exactly what they're doing. Gurecki has to survive, though. He's already getting run down. So much pressure early on. Chaz also in a lot of trouble. Gurecki trades out his Way of the Crane as well as the Life Cocoon. Both Mistweaver monks. This is the race to the finish.
I mean, we went from what could be the longest games, could be what is going to be the quickest games. This is a healer race, and Gurecki, he's falling so far behind. Huge damage, multiple stuns incoming, and Gurecki Black is just getting absolutely annihilated by Method Black in Game 5. They turn up the heat. They go on all cylinders, and they go full NA. Zug Dug, that's it. You're done. You're going down the lower bracket. It's going to be EU versus NA tomorrow. Cloud9 and Method Black.
How do you beat North America?